Welcome to my promotion video. Now this video is for you if you plan for a promotion, or better, you got promoted. Now I share the don'ts and the do's. So things you need to avoid and things you need to plan and address to succeed. Hi, my name is Udo Newman, but please feel free to call me Udo. I'm the founder and CEO of un1010.com, a company focusing 100% on career and leadership development. Now my passion and motivation is to help you in your career. As I did it for many people I developed over 25 years as an executive. Now check out un1010.com or my LinkedIn page for real testimonials. But there's more. I share experience which helped me in my own career. So I'm talking about which really worked for me, from an entry-level job to a position of a global CIO with a worldwide responsibility. Now, this was for me a pretty incredible journey. I loved it, and I'm happy to share failures and success stories to help you in your development. So let's jump into the topic. In this video, I will share the 10 most important promotion advices and some side rules which you need to know. Now each advice will start with a do not section and followed by a do this section to succeed. I will use some examples which you can adapt to your own situation or your area of competence. Please let me know in the comments if you like this structure, because I try to make it as easy as possible for you. So the idea is to explain a complex situation, and some of these are complex, in an easier way. What matters is to avoid traps and to focus on what works and the why, so that you understand why you're doing that. So if you are working on your next promotion, please check out some career secrets in my channel, and I would love if I win you as a subscriber, for sure. So if you got promoted, congratulations. Now learn how to succeed and climb further up. You can be proud as you made an important step in your career. And I hope you already celebrated. If not, please do so, because your promotion is the beginning of a new journey. You are now playing in a higher league with different rules, more experienced players, and to be honest, tougher challenges. Now, in order to succeed here, you need to work smarter. Not only harder, smarter, but to be honest, harder as well. There is no time to relax. That's why I ask you, did you celebrate? If not, do so. But now put your foot back on the pedal and the pedal to the metal. Full speed ahead. The first rule. You owe success to yourself and those who supported you on your journey, and the ones who maybe have been envious about your promotion. Now it's important to recognize that your management gave you this promotion because they believed in you, or they still believe in you. And now it's your turn to prove them that they are right by delivering results. Don't be fooled. There will be likely challenges ahead, but with determination and perseverance, you overcome them. You will finally succeed. Remember, success is a journey, not a destination. Believe me, in my 25 years, I was there several times, and I'm honest, I failed before I mastered it. But as you can see, I made it to the top. You can as well. Because if you learn from failure, you will get much better in the next step. Now here comes the first advice. Stop doing what you did before. You are no longer the specialist, the expert, maybe the software developer, the sales agent, or whatever your role was before your promotion. You have been promoted to a new role. Reflect that and don't make the mistake of continuing to do the same work you did before. I know that it is easy to fall back into old habits and and routines. And by doing so, you will not only lead at the end to failures and issues, but also you will not move forward. People often fall back into their old roles as they feel more comfortable with the old role compared to the new role where they have to change. And it is okay not to feel comfortable with the beginning of a new kind of career step. But you need to fill your new role with passion and energy, and you will feel comfortable very fast, I promise you. So don't do your former job. Don't do that. Instead, you need to embrace your new responsibility and focus on the challenges in your new role, as you need to grow into it. And you need to achieve results which are expected. Let's be honest, depending on your new role, you may be leading a team or a department or even a business unit up to a company. The challenge and opportunities that come with your promotion will be unique. But with the right mindset and focus, you will succeed. And the next advices will help you to do so. So stay tuned and watch, because I can tell you it's worthwhile. Your management team recognized your potential and believed in you. That's why they gave you this opportunity. That's why they promoted you. As you begin this new chapter, remember to bring your unique perspective and your kind of will to excellence and to success. So here comes my second advice. Don't improve the status quo. Aim to exceed expectation. Let me tell you that your goal should not only be to improve things, as this is not good enough. You're not there in your new role to improve your status quo. You need to do thinking outside of your box. You want to make things different, and while do so, better. Be bold and take risks and start thinking outside of your box. So what does it mean? Let me give you an example of what I mean by thinking outside of the box and making things not only better, but very different. Imagine you have been promoted to a manager for software development. Let's use that example. And you're responsible now for leading a team of developers. You were a good developer, but now you're leading that team. Your role is not to be the better developer, but to create an environment that enables your team to perform at their best. To achieve this, you need to ask your team what they need to improve performance and maybe quality. So you listen and document their feedback with the experience you bring in. So you match that with your own experience. You evaluate the cost and the impact of these ideas, and you prioritize them and decide on the most valuable things if you can't afford to optimize all at once, which is normally the case. But then keep the other ideas in a backlog for later. Thinking outside the box means not limiting your creativity to current processes and tools. No, it opens the box and it is outside everything. It's essential to find ways like tools and techniques that can increase team efficiency and improve process, and in our case, software quality. So you should encourage your team to think also outside of the box. For example, by automating testing and creating new and faster and more reliable software. Changing the development and the operation processes for people in software DevOps. Use kind of best practices and tools. To bring it all together, you create a new vision for your team. Describe an out-of-the-box future state that is realistic but very demanding. This will help you and your team to focus on the changes that is needed to be made to achieve that goal, and it creates a successful outcome. You can transfer that example to other business areas like sales, marketing, finance, and as well to higher management areas. And if you have questions, please leave me a comment and I will try to find the answer for you. Now here comes the third advice. Don't anticipate that you know what other people like your management or your team expect from you. Why not? Because you don't know it. And to beat expectations and secure the success for your team and yourself, don't believe you know what to do. Instead, do this. When starting a new role, it's important to understand the expectations of your leadership team and your boss. So how to get there? Very easy. Interview your boss and leaders from the outside areas who are a level above you. Ask them how they define success for your role, for your team, and what make them say, "Great job done." So focus your question on a period of 12 months from now. Listen and document the answers, and this will give you a list of activities you can then evaluate and prioritize with your team. Now see, when you do that, you know the expectation from the next level of leadership, and you and your team will be able to deliver more than they expected. Now, success is no longer guessing. It is a documented demand from your management, which you can discuss with your team and together find the best solution for this demand. You rank the solutions by probability for success, and you need to find the right investment. Use agile methods and give every team member a seat at the table to discuss and to improve the situation. This will increase performance, but not only performance, it will increase buy-in of your team in this activity. So at the end, everybody is with you in finding the right solutions and success. Let's go on. Advice number 4. Do not own all of these activities yourself. As you created with the explained process a very strong buy-in by your team, strengthen this buy-in while delegating the ownership of activities to your team members. Yeah, I know you are the lead and you are the new kind of manager. Don't own everything. This empowers people while at the same time helps you to keep the overview of all activities as you get more time on that. And goals is also very important because you have to find these goals for your journey for success. So together with your team, you can transform these activities into SMART goals. It will take now too much time in this video to explain SMART goals. You maybe heard about it, and you will find a lot of YouTube videos explaining the SMART goal process. But it is a very important one because it guarantees, compared to other goal settings, that you have it in focus and to succeed at the end. So if you are interested and want to explain me that more, leave a comment and I can see how much demand is there and maybe we'll create another video. I don't promise it, but if the demand is there, why not? Now here comes the 5th advice. When you give ownership to your team, do not start to micromanage your team. And if you assign SMART goals, do not micromanage people on these SMART goals. Why? Micromanaging people destroys trust and undermines the results you want to achieve. Instead, do this to create trust and performance. Don't think now you are better than all the other team members because you are the team leader. You're not, and people will lose trust if you as a leader behave like you know everything. So this is the wrong approach, and over time you will need to gain respect and performance. It takes time, but if you micromanage, you will fail in that situation. So instead, listen and collect valuable feedback and show interest in the way your team members define their solutions to achieve these SMART goals they own. You can give advice and direction, which is not micromanaging, it's advice. So limit your own talking, do more or less listen and understand what their ideas are. Don't limit their ideas, give them space and don't take them over. Reflect on the most crucial task for you as a leader. Your role is to create an environment where your team can deliver top performance. That means instead of micromanaging your team, you trust them, you empower them, you help each of them to grow Think about that. Good leaders develop more good leaders. Great leaders develop more great leaders and deliver top performance because their teams are on a top level. And that is what you want to do. Advice 6. Do not play hide and seek. It's for kids and not for us. Which means do not hide in your corner office or your cubicle. Do not create a new distance between you and your team because you got promoted. Now, new team leads or managers often start isolating themselves from their teams in different ways. Sometimes the new promotion brings a new office and a separation. Some companies still have a conservative culture and they separate management offices from staff. On a VP level, promotion brings not only a new office but also a secretary and sometimes an assistant. So make sure that you still find time to connect with your team. What you can do and have to do there is walk the floor, talk to your team, and make team meetings, which really matters for both for you and your team. It is okay to sit somewhere else, but do not play hide and seek, which means for me, instead of going out and visiting your team and be in the team, walk the floor, show interest, to stay outside and now see that or show the team that you are different. You should not do that. Make sure you are an approachable leader who has time for his people and shows interest. To sum it up, please take care of your team, as they are the only reason why you are the leader. There is no leader without a team. This brings me to advice number 7. Do not oversell the results of your team or yourself, and do not create expectation with your boss or your top management. Learn that you need to play strategic in a way that you underpromise and overdeliver, and that continuously. Now in the management game, it's always fact that whatever is promised is cashed in new goals, in new achievements, in vision going forward. So do not set yourself or your team under higher pressure than you or your team can cope with. It's not needed. It's an often made mistake which ends in mistrust and something like chaos, because it blows up at some times where the team can't deliver what you promised, and this creates massive mistrust. Don't oversell, don't overpromise. Now, device number 8, a very important one. They're all important. This one, I can tell you, matters a lot. Do not burn yourself and do not burn your team. To lead a team is a marathon. It's not a sprint, and you need to manage your own and your team's resources for the whole race. And that's a strategic management. You not only have to win the first challenge, you have to win the race. An often made mistake of new managers is the situation that they load more and more on their own shoulders and on their team till everything collapses. Early signals: here are health issues within the team and maybe on your own, which are mainly stress related, bad sleep habits and all that. And then it results in fluctuation and higher ratios than normal. So think about that. You are the coach for your team, and you are in charge to keep the energy and all the resources you have in a healthy state, and to use them in the right kind of moment, in the right kind of strategy to win a marathon, to win a long game, a championship at the end, not only the next game. Do not burn it and do not create chaos. Create space for recharging, like team events outside the office or Friday afternoon success celebration. Pick a bar outside the office, have some food and some drinks together, and celebrate. Celebrate a week, celebrate small steps, but get together as a team. This brings me to advice number 9. Do not step out of the line of fire. Never do that. What I mean when I say that is, if the shit hits the fan and mistakes are made, Do not look for the one who was responsible to satisfy, because the one who's responsible is yourself. And if you want to watch that guy or that girl, look in the mirror. Do not refocus from your responsibility and point to somebody in your team. Don't ever do that, as it is killing you as a leader and you lose the trust forever. Instead, always protect your team. Stand in front of your team. Your team's failures are your failures. Every mistake is your mistake as you lead the team. Take the responsibility and help the team to avoid mistakes. But when they happen, and they are, you take the hit and you don't hide. Strong leadership shows precisely in the situation when the shit hits the fan. Then really strong leaders do the right kind of thing. They take the shit for the team, and after they bring the team together to find a solution, they really guide them and help them to prevent that the same situation happens again. And if you do this, your team, I can promise you, will do everything to protect you, as they see you now as their real leader. They really see that. Wow, we made it to the end. Advice number 10. Don't be unrealistic in your vision, your tasks or goals. Why? People will not follow goals they can't achieve. It's very easy. Everybody wants to win. You want to win, I want to win, everybody, your team want to win. If it's clear from the beginning that there is no chance to win, what will happen? People will drop out. They let it go. Instead, challenge your team and set the bar high, but make very sure it's realistic. Your role as a leader is to define realistic but demanding goals. No easy ones, really high bar, as they will create top performance. Try to cut a bigger goal into smaller ones. Help your team to understand what they need to focus on. A good example here is sport. If you want to win a championship, and as I told you, your expectation and your goals is like a championship or a marathon. It's a longer kind of process. Set this as a vision, define your vision, and then break it down in goals, starting with winning the next game. The only thing which matters is your focus on the next game, focusing on the other's team weaknesses, finding the right strategy, how you beat them, and all the energy goes into that. Next, immediately focus on the game after you won that, and make clear that everybody is needed to bring in the best and more than before, because the next team is stronger. You need a top performance to win the next game. And as this one is gone and counts, you go on. You go from game to game and finally have a realistic chance to win the championship. A bigger goal dissected into manageable pieces helps the team to get focused on what counts. The difference when you break it down into smaller goals is that the approach for the team to meet the goals and win the next game will be more detail specific, with a much higher chance than the generic goal to win the championship. And you see that in a lot of successful coaches how they do it. This brings me to the end. And I ask you in return for a favor to help me with my goals, because I want to grow this channel. So hit the bell and subscribe if I created with this video value for you. Because I'm working hard on more leadership and career secrets, some challenges and advices. So I wish you all the best. I don't wish you good luck, because now what you learned, you don't need luck. It is not a luck game, it is a game of expertise and skills, and you learn that. So please comment if you need advice or help, or if you missed something which was important, and I'm happy to add that. But I see you soon. All the best, Udo.